Hello, welcome back to the channel. First, let me say if you're looking for one-stop shopping for your brand new Avata, then you can check out the links below from the DJI website. The DJI videos are actually pretty detailed and informative. The video collection actually walks you through most of your video setup questions and getting started. With that being said, I've had my Avata, again, for about a week now, a little over a week, and I've had some really great experiences with it so far. Today I wanted to demo a wind test that I did at the New Jersey shores over the Labor Day weekend. And if you're in a hurry and just want the bottom line on how the Avata handles in wind conditions, then the short answer is I would not recommend this particular CineWhoop in winds over 20 mile per hour. Can you fly it? Sure, you can. Would I fly it? No, I wouldn't. Now, that answer should not surprise most of you familiar with, again, the CineWhoop style FPVs, which are much different than the 5-inch quad that I have here. After all, traditional style CineWhoop was never designed to handle like a traditional 5-inch FPV. And as you'll see in my video, the Avata flies at a tilt or a horizontal shift, making it hard to control and get clean cinematic shots in higher winds. Now, it's worth noting you can enable the horizon steady feature in the camera settings of the goggles to remove that horizontal shifting, but I still wouldn't recommend flying in high wind conditions. Now, for those of you who want to see a more detailed look at how the Avata performs in, I'd say 20 to 25 mile per hour wind conditions, then keep on watching. Now, when I was flying, my iPhone weather app said the winds were gusting around 21 mile per hour. However, I feel like it was getting closer to 25 mile per hour at times based on my specific location. And you can see behind me in the video, the winds are blowing pretty good. And something to always keep in mind when flying any drone, doesn't matter if it's the 5-inch traditional or the CineWhoop style, always remember your quad's gonna fly faster and use less battery with a tailwind, which is the wind blowing in the same direction which your quad is moving or traveling. Now that being said, your drone's always going to use more battery and struggle more flying into a headwind or a wind that blows in the opposite direction to the one which you're moving or traveling. Now I mention this because flying into a headwind requires you leave yourself ample battery and power to return to your home point. Now there are plenty of videos out there, and I'm sure you can find them, where the user didn't judge the wind speed accurately, specifically headwinds, and lost the drone, or the drone went down, or couldn't get all the way home. Now, if we look at the DJI user manual, it states not to operate the aircraft in severe conditions, including wind speed exceeding 10.7 meters per second, snow, rain, or fog, which is a maximum wind resistance of 22.36 mile per hour. Now that 22.36 mile per hour or 10.7 meter per second is the wind condition that the quad's rated for at a max wind speed resistance. And I would say that's very accurate rating based on my own testing. And to be completely honest, the winds didn't feel very strong until I actually got to this particular location and actually started flying.
Yeah.
So my takeaway from this is going to be with the Avata, and this is, we just looked it up, 16 mile an hour winds roughly here. This is going to fly on an angle or tilted horizontally as you're flying, and I wasn't comfortable taking it out over these marshlands because of the wind. So at this wind velocity, I would say be very, very careful if you're thinking of flying this. It's not going to fly smooth enough, in my opinion, that you're going to get the best footage from it. You could just see when I was going up and down the strip here that it was just, tilted the whole time. Now, I did want to fly this location, so my wife and I, Melissa, did come back later the following day around sunset and were able to get some great footage. And just a quick observation as well about the Avata footage, it does seem to be a bit darker in the shadows, but I'm still playing around with my settings as well, and some of this can probably be cleaned up in the post-editing process as well. But again, it does seem to be a little dark in the shadows from what I'm seeing. And the Avata footage is really good, but I still think the GoPro 10 footage is still king of the FPV footage, especially with GoPro Player or Real Steady. The newest one, it just provides, I would say, a slightly better look. Now, I've also got some interesting videos coming up, so I hope you'll come back and watch that. and I'll give you a little teaser to that as well. I took the Avata for an old school, let's say, wooden roller coaster ride while I was at the beach, and I think you're really going to enjoy that video as well. So if you're not subscribed, please think about subscribing. Please do me a favor, share this video. Again, like, subscribe. It's always appreciated. And until next time, fly safe. We'll see you guys in the next video. Take care.